Everyone remembers the taste of sausage from childhood and how everyone liked it, deliciously salty with spices. But today, experts say that every 50 grams of sausage increases the chance of colon cancer by 18%. And that's not the only harm that sausage and any similar products, be they sausages and so on, cause. Nutritionists unequivocally recommend eliminating them from our diet, or severely limit them to 350 grams a week. But what exactly are their dangers? We will dissect in this video, so watch until the end of the video. It will be very interesting and useful. By the way, friends, if you like the videos that I make for you, then support me with a teaser. It's easy for you and very pleasant for me. Put it up. Thank you. So the first thing to understand is that modern sausage is not really a meat product, or rather, meat, but very, very distant. The content of pure meat may vary, but often it is no more than 10%. And modern sausage products are a kind of complex chemical product. And to call it a natural product, of course not, because all of these ingredients throughout the production are multi-step and very aggressive processing. Therefore, all these sausages and frankfurters are called processed meat. Speaking of which, sausages and frankfurters are especially not recommended to be fried, because this only increases their harm. So what do they really contain? The raw material for the production of sausages and other sausages are intensively fattened animals, which were in a limited movement. And if the normal cow eats grass, the cow from the meat factory eats feed corn, and of course the famous antibiotics, which worldwide are already gradually beginning to restrict the use of agricultural products. The meat factory will process 98% of the animal carcass. That is, nothing will be thrown out. The animal fat will be melted and sent to the production of juicy, delicious sausage. Also, of course, the sausage production process generates a large number of wasters. I even recorded a separate video about spungers. Check it out too. And perhaps the most harmful substance that forms in processed meat is nitrosamines. And now they are an obvious proven carcinogen. In processed meat, their concentrations are off the charts. Nitrosamines are formed during the heat treatment of protein. Basically, if we take a piece of meat and fry it very, very well in a pan, we will also produce a certain dose of nitrosamines in our pan. But in the process of creating processed meat in the factory, the concentration of nitrosamines will be even higher. What the meat factory does next, they add various stabilizers. Because initially the minced meat is very loose and light, but to give it this famous reddish hue will be added dyes and stabilizers. And to make it not so friable can add hydrocolloids. It's a kind of food glue. A substance such as sodium nitrite is also added. It provides a reddish-pinkish sausage color. Sodium nitrite is also a very strong preservative, which on the one hand serves a good purpose because it prevents the development of bacteria, and without it the meat can just start rotting in 2 hours. Now, sodium nitrite is a very toxic substance. The lethal dose for humans is 2 to 60 grams. Well, I hope that all the same amount will not put in the sausage, of course. But even in small doses, it is detrimental to our health. But there is a certain technique to reduce the negative effects of this additive. So experts recommend taking those products that will slow down the processes of nitration. And these are primarily vitamins C and E. And another additive that is so often added to sausages is the famous monosodium glutamate. In small doses, it too is relatively safe. But the key word is small. In sausages with their pronounced taste, we cannot talk about small doses. In addition, there is always a fairly large amount of salt in sausages. I think everyone has heard that salt is white death. The fact that salt is not recommended to eat more than 5 grams per day, because it is extremely harmful to our cardiovascular system. Let's move on. The next harm from sausage is that it is too high in omega-6. We've all heard about omega-3s, that they are very healthy polyunsaturated fatty acids. But they also have a bad fellow like omega-6. So omega-6 is bad for our body. It is inflammatory, promotes cardiovascular disease, intestinal diseases, and more other unpleasant ailments. Experts say that for a healthy balance, you need to consume omega-3 and omega-6 in a certain ratio, no more than 1 to 4. That is, for every gram of omega-3, no more than 4 grams of omega-6. And it was experimentally proven that those people who consumed 1 and 4 had a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. And those people who had 1 and 2.5, which is even more omega-3 and even less omega-6, had a significantly reduced risk of colon cancer. So in sausage products, of course, the concentration of omega-6 is off the charts. All sausage products and processed meats are definitely carcinogenic. That is, the consumption of processed meat provokes the development of colon cancer and rectal cancer. And oncologists unequivocally assert that if you have relatives with these diseases, then there is a probability of genetic predisposition. And then you are highly discouraged from eating processed meat. But in general, instead of all this, of course, it is much better to eat not sausages, but the real normal whole healthy meat. And preferably white meat, whether it's poultry or even better, fish. By the way, friends, write in the comments, how do you eat sausages, frankfurters, and other similar products? Or maybe you don't even eat meat? Would be interesting to share. For now, I highly recommend that you watch my other video. The link to the video has just appeared on your screen. And if you like this video, then please like it and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.